But you see there's a lot of tension in the hand right there, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's a stretch.
So there's going to be times where this is going to happen. So you want to get used to kind of reaching out. There's going to be a little bit of, stretching involved. So there's some actual things that you can do, like having the hand like this. Just like spread out the fingers, relax them, spread them out as wide as you can from each other, relax them, spread them out, relax them, just back and forth. Just don't hold it in that tense state for long periods of time.
Okay.
But just kind of get them used to, stretching out a little bit, just stretch. That's a really good hand exercise.
Okay.
But not so much this way, but this way. You see what I mean? Yeah, going.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Now, I sent you some stuff on hand health. Did you see that?
Yeah, I have it all. I was kind of perusing through it.
Okay, as you have time, read through that stuff.
Okay.
The biggest thing about working with this stuff, and you're not used to, one thing I would say, be careful about wearing that. What is that? A watch around your left wrist?
No, it's a strap or a safe. Actually, it's an electro.
Okay, you might want to be careful about putting something around your wrist because it can cause bad pains in the top part of your hand here.
Okay.
I've actually had this happen to me years and years ago. I wore a watch at the time. It wasn't really tight, but it was, just a little bit, it wasn't sliding around either. But I started getting really bad pains in my hand, and I talked to this guitar player, and he said, "Man, take off your watch." And I did, and it went away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I actually know.
So be careful about having stuff around your hand. But the most important thing to remember is if you feel something start to hurt, stop.
Okay.
Never practice with pain. Just stop and let it rest because your hand's going
Okay.
time out. And you can, if you feel them getting tight and fatigued, take a lot of breaks. Practicing doesn't have to be done all at the same time. You can do a little bit here, go do something, come back, do a little bit later, And you're going to find as we work on more and more stuff that you're going to have to organize your practice.
Right.
All right?
Yeah, I agree with that. I seem to do better if I just.
This is my practice schedule.
Wow.
Now the details aren't important. What is important is that I can look at the parts that are checked off here. See, I have this, and then what I've done with each of those things. So I can look, okay, I'm here. I can know exactly where I left off to pick up. And then I rotate through the material that way.
Okay.
So, writing stuff down, organizing it, and checking off, and just organizing your practice allows you to, practice a little bit, go do something, come back, practice a little bit, go do something, come back. And you're still productively moving through the material during the course of the day.
Okay. Sure.
If you feel your hands getting tired or fatigued, running them under warm water. Just stretching them out, think like an athlete, really.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So so you're keeping a log of what you're actually doing and the time that you spend on it? Or?
No, I don't practice with time.
Okay.
I practice with content. In other words, I know what I want to work on, and I work on it. Like, for example, this blues number 2, right hand alternation, that part of the diamond. My content is that right hand alternation. All right, so let's say I do that. And then, okay, something comes up I got to go do. Okay, I put the bass down, go do it. A couple hours later, I come back. Okay, I wrote it down. I did the alternation already. So the next thing is play with track 4 while counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's the content. I just do it until I either get bored with it or tired with it, or my concentration starts to go, and then I move on to something else.
Okay, I see.
But don't worry about how long you work on stuff.
Okay.
Just do it until you feel like not doing it.
Okay.
Because as soon as usually when you feel like not doing it is when your mind's kind of like, okay, I have enough of this for today, or for now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of talking to you that way, So I've always done it that way. I mean, people say do 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here. You're more worried about the time that you're putting into it than rather than what you're actually doing.
Right. Okay.
So I would say focus on the content until you're ready to move on.
Okay.
But also realize that you're not going to get any of this stuff in a day. It doesn't work that way. Everything that you work on is always going to be a work in progress.
Okay. Sure.
So that's why you write it down, check it off, so you just come back, okay, that's where I left off, start here.
Okay.
And you don't worry about mastering stuff from lesson to lesson or from practice to practice. You just work on it. Because the main thing you want to get from these lessons, when we hang up from Skype, the main thing that you want to have is a clear, exact understanding of how to work on the material.
Okay.
Because once you got that, you're really the teacher. You teach yourself the stuff. I'm more of a shower. I save you time. I save you trial and error. I say, do this and work on it this way. Do this, then do this, do this. It'll save you time from, trying different things that don't work, right? So that's really what you're paying me for, is a time saver on organizing how you teach yourself the material.
Okay.
But you're really the teacher in the sense that you're the one who has to sit down with these procedures and do them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So understanding exactly how to work on the material is key to having success with that. So
Okay.
if there are ever any questions on how to work on something, that's really what you want to do, focus on. Also, as you practice, have a little tablet with a pencil, that you can write down questions as they come to you.
Okay.
Because that'll help you. A lot of times you'll say, I need to ask him that, but then by the lesson time, it's 4 days ago, and you don't remember it, right?
Right.
So a good practice habit to get into is always, as soon as that question comes, write it down.
Okay. I will do that.